Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Well, today I watched Godzilla 2014, and I must say, my dear ladies and gentlemen, that this movie was freaking awesome! Oh, crap. So the movie starts out with this kid celebrating his dad's birthday. This dad, we find out, is being played by Bryan Cranston. You might know him as Walter White from Breaking Bad. I know him as Hal Wilkerson from Malcolm in the Middle. I know he plays someone in this movie. However, I do know him better as Hal, so I'll just call him Hal. Anyway, so Hal goes to work at a Tokyo nuclear facility where there's a meltdown. Sorts of electromagnetic signals in a pattern that is later covered up as a fissure. We later find out it's not a fissure. And his wife is actually in a tunnel where this radioactive sorts of gas and stuff was about to burst through and engulf the tunnel and then possibly all of Tokyo. Hal was there at the entrance and unfortunately found out that his wife couldn't make it in time, so he had to make the choice of either to save his wife or ultimately kill millions. He probably would have killed millions anyway if he whatever. So he made the choice, he closed the door, and his wife and a bunch of other people died in the tunnel. That part was really sad. Fast forward 15 years and Hal's son has come back from the Navy with his own wife and kid. He wants to bring his dad back from Tokyo where he's just been researching. He found proof that there were tremors, just like what happened 15 years ago, that there go happen again. His son thought he had been eating too many Fruit Loops or something that day and he just disregards it. But guess what, he was right. First of all, no. Monster, you sound like a dying cow. Now, this dying cow sounding monster was kept in a nuclear facility to be studied. It was never killed since they feared it would emit radiation once killed. Good job, guys. So we find out that Hal was right all along and that, you know, the monster exists. After the attack, Hal dies and it's up to his son and a bunch of other navies to kill this beast. Now, that was the general plot of the story. What was interesting is that the new monster, which was then found to be male, was actually waiting for a monster partner, which responded to his calls that day. Huh. I'm not sure if the navies will cut it. Who else could stop these two threats? I wonder. Nope, no idea at all. It's on the tip of my— oh god! Zilla. Now, of course, you know, Godzilla comes to save the day. Now, some of you may be thinking, "Oh, Bryn, but Godzilla's a bad guy. Why would he want to save people?" You probably don't sound like that. Sorry. Well, that is where it gets interesting. Basically, in the West, Godzilla was made out to be some sort of horrible monster, a major villain. In the Eastern world, however, Godzilla is more of a misunderstood monster, not as bad as he is made out to be. He's just confused, not meaning to cause the massive harm he deals out. I think this movie did a good job in bringing the Eastern beliefs to the US, where we can see that Godzilla might not be so bad after all. But hey, just because he might be a little bit more of a softie than we thought, doesn't mean he still isn't freaking badass! Okay, so now the plot, who cares? What comes in the climax is an amazing fight, seen against the two new monsters and the king of monsters himself, Godzilla. Now, since I don't have the movie footage on me, let me show you with these action figures. These monsters were just battling to the death. It started out good for Godzilla punching that one over here in the face. But then the second male flying monster came out and we had a major monster mash. Godzilla was knocked down, but then he started to glow blue. What was this? Why was he turning blue? Atomic breath attack! Down goes one. However, the second guy can fly. This poses a major problem for Godzilla, for he cannot fly, even if he really tried. Sucks for him. So the flying monster crashes into a building and knocks that building right into Godzilla. Godzilla's out. Meanwhile, the Navy guy, Bryan Cranston's son, or Hal, or Walter White, whatever, his son had to go station a nuclear bomb. They couldn't do anything with it, so they decided to put it onto a boat where it would detonate on the boat. Hopefully pushing it far away from shore, you know. Bay Area has a lot of, it's a trash out place when you're focusing with megatons of bomb. This catches the attention of the flying monster, and it looks pretty bleak for Hal's son, as the monster was about to rip their boat in half. But then suddenly, from behind, we see Godzilla. What was he doing? We thought he was unconscious. Nope. So, Godzilla uses atomic breath and feeds the monster that atomic breath like a bird. Is that not badass? He literally rips open his mouth and gives him some atomic breath medicine. Version 2.0 times 10. Beautiful. Both the monsters die. Bryan Cranston's son meets up with his wife and kid again. And then Godzilla walks out into the ocean, where he rests. Until the next movie, of course. So that was Godzilla 2014. So people have been suggesting having a sort of rating scale on this show. Here we go. I rate this movie better than Godzilla 1998 out of 10. Minus points because no Godzilla dropkick. See you next time, guys.